What is going on, Eagles family? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and tonight with me is a special guest, Mr. Prince Blue himself. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Prince.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm so excited, man. Anybody that asks me to come on and talk, I'm all for it, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. And, we've interacted on Twitter, and, I always try to find the people, and, I can be shy at times, but I like to try to reach out to the people that I enjoy following. And you are definitely one of those people. You definitely, no sugarcoating anything. And, you say a lot of the things that need to be said. So as myself being one of those people, I love you, man. So I had to bring you on.
Feelings mutual, man. You have to, man. Like I pride myself on, being a genuine person. Like no personas, none of that. What you see on Twitter is what you get, and I'm gonna actually be explaining that later on when on my show. So it's gonna be fun, man. But I'm here. I can't wait. You reached out. Good dude, man. You're personable, humble. Like I can talk to people like that all day, man. I appreciate you, Jimmy. Thank you.
My man, I appreciate you. Now, you're speaking about your YouTube, your Twitter, and I've got to see it. Now, for the people that maybe have not got to check you out yet, I am highly recommending it. If you haven't, people, get out there. But why don't you take this time to, let people know a little bit about yourself and where they can find you, Prince?
Oh, well, Prince Blue, that's my name. My show is Real Time with Prince Blue, brought to you by my team, my fantastic team, LastOutMediaNetwork.com. Shout out to John Barchard, John Critton, Vince Quinn, Big T Will, everybody, man of everybody who supports me, man. But pretty much Real Time with Prince Blue, man, it's just a show in real time. So it could be anything that I want to talk about. It can be, hey, I hate macaroni and cheese that tastes like soup. We're going to talk about it. So that's why I called it Real Time with Prince Blue, because it's just real opinions in real time. Whatever's happening, that's what I'm going to talk about. That's pretty much what it is, man. You can catch me on all platforms, and Twitter, Instagram, Facebook is all the same. Prince Blue, no nicknames, no fancy monikers, just Real Time with Prince Blue. That's it, man.
Love it. And that's it. Real time. And that's what, in today's day and age, that's what the people love. And they want to feel like they're right there with you, as someone that goes live daily, they want the ins and outs. And, that's something I love about you, man. And I wish I could have the courage to reach out and be like that. But that's what's awesome, man. Our buddy Gail, he always says, each one teach one. So always try to gain a little something, and having someone like you on really just makes me feel good inside, and it pushes me toward better things, man. So I appreciate what you're doing, man. I do.
No problem, man. And whatever your style is, man, it works, Jimmy. Like, keep doing you, man. Everybody can't be a wild man like me, So your style works just as much as my style works, But I could say probably with your style, you'll get less stuff in the long run. But my style, it's kind of in your face, and like, did he really say that? But that's just me. But your style works just as well, man. I dig it. I take from everybody. I take advice from everybody, from Gail to you to Big T Will to Barcher. Like, I take everybody's advice. I put it in the blender and then do it as I would do it, and that's how you get what I do.
And as Eagles fans ourselves, we know what we expect from some of the people we grew up watching. So we're just trying to give back to the people what they deserve. And like you said it, just being yourself, sometimes that's what people appreciate. Don't need any fancy stuff. We don't need to dress it up. It's just real and in your face. So, ladies and gentlemen, Prince and I are about to get real right now, because I finally found the courage to ask him to come on. And I said, last week when I was talking to you, I was like, well, let's hope this team actually finds a win. But if not, we might have a good time just laying into them. Well, Prince, here we are. And we lost to the Cleveland Browns. And, everyone's reeling. I know that I can't sleep. I wake up pissed off, and I know I shouldn't allow the Eagles to do that to me, but they do. And it's killer, man. We really are having a tough year. We wanted to, okay, football's back. Here we go, baby. We're gonna get a little bit of peace in life. It has been the complete opposite.
Opposite, yeah. That's
so
saying it.
I want to get your feel. I mean, this has been insane. Like nobody I saw this coming. This has been a complete crap show, man. From the top all the way, it rolls downhill to the bottom. How are you feeling about this year? And where are you feeling the finger pointing? Because everybody wants to pick. Carson's got to get benched for Jalen or Doug Peterson or Jim Schwartz. Now I'm sitting here every day. I'm giving it to every single one of them. How are you feeling about this year so far, Prince?
I am so that's the other day, 2 weeks in a row now when they lost, I wasn't upset. It was more like I was like, yeah, okay. And that what scares me. That means that I'm to the point where I don't care what they do because I'm expecting that. What I've seen this whole year, I'm expecting that. And that's not where I like to be. And as far as the blame, man, it goes around to everybody. It starts from the top on down. I'm talking Jeffrey Lurie to allowing Doug to say, I don't need an OC. All I need is passing game coordinators and stuff like that. His fault. Howie for letting them believe that picking Jalen Hurts in the second round was a smart move for a quarterback who needed weapons or offensive line help or defensive help. Like, it's just all the way down. The only people that I don't blame are the workers in the link who help keep that place going. Other than that, that whole organization gets the blame, my man. Jimmy, it's just been a total, I don't know. Can we say S show? Is this R-rated? What are we doing here?
You can. I allow my guest to go for it.
This is a total shit show, yes. Eagles Nation. And you deserve the right to be pissed off, angry, and fired off. Believe me, Jeffrey Lurie is paying attention. He knows when we're fed up. The last time we was fed up, it was that Chip Kelly fella. And he stepped in and he said, no more. So that's pretty much where I'm at, Jimmy. It's everybody. It's not one big finger. It's everybody.
And I love what you said there, and it's honestly, it is everyone. And Jeffrey Lurie, I love what you said about him stepping in. What was that, like week 15, even 16, where it was just like, okay, this is enough. And you can see we've had enough, as one of the greatest fan bases ever. We know it. We feel it because we put our heart and soul into it. So when we're putting everything that we've got from Monday to Sunday, every single day, talking trash, taking the trash, talking, all for them, all we expect is a little bit of heart from you in return. And my friend, it doesn't seem that they're giving us any of that. So I think that's why we're so damn pissed off. And, you talk about Howie. I can't believe, he has certain say in people playing on Sundays. He has, these horrible draft picks where it's like you hear Doug and Jim saying they wanted certain players, and it just sounds like, nope, too bad for you. I really, I felt when you said I'm not even mad. And that's literally what it is. On Sunday, I'm not mad. I think I'm mad all the other days because I got to go live and talk about it. And I'm getting pissed thinking about it. On Sundays, when I literally the last 2 weeks went on for the show, I said, I'm lowering my expectations. So that way I don't get crushed. And like you said, that scares me more because that takes me back to when I was a young buck. And you're just like, well, probably going to lose this game. I'm going to root for them. I'm going to love them, but we suck. And that's how I feel too, man. So that scares me. That scares me, Prince. Not going to lie to you. So I'm a little frightened for the future. And, the immediate future is it's scary because we now are dealing with, we're either going to make the playoffs or we're going to get a top 10 pick. So it's like, they're just stringing us along, and they're sitting at the top for now. Tomorrow, it'll probably change unless Washington and Cowboys tie. So, you can ride that wave. I see people bragging about it. It's like, that's like being the brightest peanut in the turd. We can't really brag about 3, 6, and 1.
No.
So How do you see this second half going down? I mean, is there really any hope? Zach Ertz is coming back and the line's getting healthy. I mean, what are your
I
thoughts?
mean, we can win a division. I mean, yeah, if you ask, we can win a division. The question is, how we gonna win the division? Is it gonna be these bad, terrible football games where we eke it out and we're on pins and needles every Sunday? Or is it going to be we're going to totally blow out this side of the season and end up with that top 10 pick, and then starts to worrying about how Howie's going to screw this move up? So it's like we're really caught in between. It's like, as a fan, I don't believe in that whole let's just lose out and get the better pick. I'm going to always root for the win.
Same.
But then I can't get excited about any top pick because I just feel like they're just going to try to do something to say that they're smarter than everybody else. And we're going to be around here. I meant it. I don't know if you saw this, Jimmy, on Twitter, but I said I will never, ever get excited about the draft pick ever again until they get enshrined into Canton. I'm just not going to do it anymore because I'm so sick of this. At first I was talking myself into Justin Jefferson, and then I talked myself out of it because people was like, no, 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 no. Then I talked myself into regular, and now Justin Jefferson's killing it in Minnesota. And I'm like, I'm just sick of it, man. Just get the guy. Get the guy that does the job. So you asked me about the second half of the season. Honestly, whatever. That's whatever. Whatever.
And that comes back to that whole scared feeling, that whole just awkward feeling about the team. And I'm with you. It's like whatever at this point, because I'm not going to ever be that person, like you just said, that roots for, the higher draft pick to lose. And they're never going to do that. We're going to tank. No, nobody in the NFL is doing that, guys. So I'm with you on that. But it's like, who cares? Because you're right. Mr. Know-it-all, Mr. I got to be smarter than everyone, probably is going to jack up the pick anyway. So I'm with you on that. And honestly, I want this team to get better. I want Carson Wentz, the guy we paid $100 million to be the quarterback of the future, to actually be that guy we saw in 2017. I want to know what the hell happened to him and what the hell we're doing to mess him up. Why are we regressing? And, it's not, you can see on Sundays, we talk about Jeffrey, talk about Howie, but on Sundays, Doug Peterson, you are the head coach, and you know the issues you have. You know the injuries, you know what you're walking into. You should have some kind of game plan, right? I mean, what the hell is Doug Peterson doing? Do you feel that Doug Peterson is actually on the hot seat? And do you think that it would actually make a move by next year?
No, I don't think Doug's on a hot seat. I don't even think, I'm going to say something controversial. I don't think Doug's remotely close to being on a hot seat. And here's why. Because if you look in the history of Jeff Lurie, he just always gives people a second. He always gives them a chance to redeem themselves. So even if, let's say, even bar like the whole team like revolting and saying, I hate Doug, like they was doing with Chip, like stuff was leaking out and staff members was like, I can't stand the guy, then I could see him stepping. But Doug is not like that. They love Doug in that organization. The players love fight for him. You don't get what you got from Mike McCarthy from the Cowboys. Remember, they were saying, hey, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. You're not hearing that about Doug. What you're hearing is them saying something needs to switch up around him when they say there's too many voices. They're not saying, hey, my coach sucks. They're saying, hey, it's too many people in my coach's ear. We need less voices, more action. So I don't think Doug's on the hot seat. But what I do think Doug when it's on the hot seat, his play calling is on the hot seat. Lurie reportedly said that he's not happy with the offense. So guess what? I think either it's going to be, Doug, you're going to get an offensive coordinator, a strong one with a strong opinion, or you're going to have to give up that play calling. So what I see happening is they're going to get an offensive coordinator. Doug's going to keep his play calling, but you're going to get more in 2017 where you can see that offensive coordinator's his fingerprints on the play calling as well as the game plan.
I love it. And that's exactly what I've been saying the last few days. You have to get him an offensive coordinator. He's got so many voices, he's got so many things going on that you just got to take it back, Doug. I understand that maybe you're trying to play hot shot like Howie Roseman. You want to be the one-upper. Okay, man. Let's get real here. This team is failing, and it's because of this. You need, like you just said, a strong-minded individual to come in and lay their fingerprint on this offense. Hey, you don't like to play? Change it. You're the head coach. Oh, it's a third or fourth down, major play? Okay, call something, man. But you don't have to be that guy every play. You needed somebody that's going to come in and focus on the offense, on that game plan. So love what you said there, man. Completely agree with you. Now we've got a comment from Martin here in reference to your Justin Jefferson statement. Look, I was a huge Justin Jefferson fan and also a very big Jalen Reagor fan. And, you know, I've been very pissed off about Doug Peterson. Once again, this, I feel, ties into it because he's not using him. As Martin says here, they've got to get him the ball. They got to let him make plays. You got to get screens. You got to get some end arounds. You got to get the ball in his hands.
But Jimmy, they throw screens to Ward. This is why you need an offensive coordinator, somebody to say, Doug, we're not throwing the screen to the slowest wide receiver on the team. I want Reagor here. This is his play. Screens are his thing. Like, screens to Alshon Jeffrey, that screams Doug more than another voice saying, hey, screens supposed to be for the elusive guys, not the big lumbering tall guys. Like, they're absolutely not using Reagor correctly, and you can see he's frustrated as well. Like, the whole team is frustrated. Look at Fulgham; he became a thing, and now he's in the witness protection program. I don't get it. I don't get it. This offense needs a major overhaul again after being overhauled a year ago.
Exactly. And, you know, it's asinine to hear Doug talk about it in the pressers then, you know, like, oh, well, you know, Travis Fulgham hasn't been doing well in 2 games because defenses know he's a good receiver and they're Doug, this is the NFL. People always go against top receivers. That's how the game works, man. Like, it's so asinine to hear him. And he's been blaming rookies, blaming offensive line, running backs, not his boy Carson.
He's just bad with press conferences. Let's just call it. Doug, number one, Doug doesn't want to do the press conferences. Number two, he's terrible at press conferences. That's why I don't get mad when Doug says things, because he's just bad at it. And he's trying to fulfill his obligation without coming off as like Bill Belichickian with the so he's trying to, you know, not be that guy. But when he tries to explain stuff, it makes it even worse. That's why I don't even get upset when Doug talks, because I guarantee you he's probably saying something totally different in a locker room. Because it would have got out by now. But I don't pay no more attention to Doug's press conference. I don't even, when I get the notification, I don't click it. I don't know. I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to hear from Schwartz. I don't want to hear from Dave Fitt. Like, now I see why Bill Belichick doesn't let any of his assistants talk to the media. It's just him, because it's just, you don't want to hear that when you're 3-6-1. You just don't want to hear it.
Dude, having to listen to those and make reports on it, it's literally, I would go back in the hospital and take a drill in my back any day, take my bone marrow again. I'd rather do that than listen to some of these reporters trolling him, because that's half the time they don't have good questions and it's just pissing him off.
That's absolutely what they do. They troll him. Like, you heard did you see the McManus cut today when he was asked him about benching Carson Wentz? And he asked it in several different ways. Like, so you're saying you're not going to bench him today? And sometimes I think Doug loves playing with them. He's like, no, today, no, I'm not. Like when Chip Kelly used to be like, I don't deal in hypotheticals. Or they know on Mondays Chip Kelly would purposely not get injury reports until after the press conference. So they would come in and they'll be like, hey, tell us about so-and-so. He'll be like, well, I'm not going to talk to the doctor until after this press conference, so I don't know. And the reporters, they just keep doing it, and but this is what happened when you're 3-5-1, 3-6-1. You're more concerned with other things than the actual play on the football field.
Yep, and that's comes back to too many things going on up here. And you know, Martin says here that Doug bought himself a couple years. Look, I think that's kind of what, you know, Prince was alluding to, and kind of what we're saying. We know that's Jeffrey's boy, but if if you don't change things up, and that comes in the form of an offensive coordinator in my mind and also in Prince's. So I just think that there needs to be some changes. I don't think it's where everyone's like, oh, it's a rebuild. Jalen Hurts is it. We're benching everybody. Look, I could see a semi-rebuild because we need a whole damn offensive line. We've got some young guys actually in the rooms that I think could be starters. Jack Driscoll down the road, Nate Herbig. But beyond that, we better get some damn replacements because even our wonder boy, Jason Kelsey, got hurt today.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what the Phillies did. They tried to hold on to that championship roster longer than what they need to, and now you see the depth. First of all, Howie doesn't draft well enough to pull off what he did. And you see the Phillies didn't have a good farm system to do what they did. And then you end up with these old-ass players and no depth behind them. Our second and third, fourth round picks, that's what you really build a football team. You don't build a football team with first round picks. It's those middle rounds where you build your depth. They're gone. They're on other teams doing well, and we're here struggling.
Sidney Jones for Sewell Douglas. Yep. And that pisses me off. That comes back on not only Howie, but that's Jim as well. And that's why we said at the beginning of the show, we're going to be pointing fingers at everybody because it's like, tell me how you let Sidney and Rasul walk away. Tell me.
Because they're not Howie guys. They don't have swag like Jalen Mills or not Cravon LeBron, not Strap, Maddox. They don't have the swagger. They don't have the attitude. Like, I'm so sick of Jim Schwartz. Like, he's Brett Brown category to me. Like, until he's gone, like, I'm going to continue to tell you the defense will continue to be shit and disappoint you every single week because that guy he's one of the sorriest defensive coordinators I think I've ever seen. He's just, you want to talk about not being for this city? His defensive scheme is not Philadelphia at all. Hey, we're going to back up and let you do what you want and then react. That's not Philadelphia. No, we're going to dictate what you're going to do. Not him. And he's garbage, trash. He's mediocre. Brandon Graham personally put money in his pocket.
I couldn't agree. Now, Jim is one of the guys that I feel is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. 1 week, it's like, oh, thank God we had our defense helping us out. Cowboys only allowed 9 points. But we say it every week, that temper your expectations for him because 1 week this defense could help us out while Carson's killing us. And then the next week, it's the defense completely throwing us under the bus. And it's unacceptable. The picket fence BS, and you said it. That is not Philadelphia defense. For someone who grew up watching Jim Johnson, this is straight BS. From the Trotters and Dawkins of the world to this. It pisses me off, dude. And I'm with you. I really feel that Doug isn't going to be the one to go. So you need to bring in a new defense and you need to bring in an offensive coordinator. That is how you get that semi-rebuild. I think definitely some new things need to be integrated into this team. And I don't think one of those things is changing the quarterback right now. First off, the cap situation. Dear God, people need to look into that. I know some people write reports and say, it makes sense, $60 million in dead money. They should probably stop writing articles if that's their opinion. What is your thoughts on just people saying that? Jalen Hurts, do you really think a rookie quarterback would come in here in this garbage and be able to save it? Because I really don't see that.
So pretty much what you want to do is you want to put Jalen Hurts in, get him killed, shoot his confidence, and if anything, tradability, because you just want to prove a point. You want to bench Carson Wentz. See, this is why Madden has destroyed the average fan, because they think that I could just change the depth chart on Madden and these are real life, real individuals, real organizations. When you bench Carson Wentz, you're talking jobs. Like, people are going to lose their jobs. And also, Doug doesn't want to pull that red handle. Remember, whenever people go with the backup, that's to extend their time. Because the first thing they'll say is, well, I need more time to work with this guy and build around him. Right now, this team was built around Carson. You can't just drop Jalen Hurts on his team and be like, all right, he's ready. Like, no. Like, people just But again, that's Philadelphia. We're so angry. We just want something. We want blood. We want something to say, aha, you're doing something to fix it, because we're not seeing the little things on the field to say, you fixed it. So we're looking for something else, and that something else is major, like a bench of Carson Wentz. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. But those guys need to stop talking. Money talks. Laurier about to swallow no 60, 50, $60 million. So y'all listen, Carson Wentz is your guy, and they're still in first place. Now, if the team was garbage, no, if the team was good, except everybody but the quarterback, I can see that, but the whole team is trash. This team is not a quarterback away from making a playoff run. So stop it, people.
I love you, man. That is something I say all the time. Put the effing Madden controller down. That is not what is going to happen. This does not make any sense. And from a guy that, was more of a gadget quarterback, not saying he couldn't grow into a quarterback one day in this system. He's got good people around him. But you said it. That's exactly what some guy was trying to argue with me. And I said, what? So you just want this kid to get thrown into the fire. And if Carson does fail, now we just killed our backup plan. That's a great idea. And if you plan on trading him, now you show the world that he looks like crap in this crap offense. I couldn't agree more with you, dude. Oh my God, it's brutal out there.
People just don't listen. And first of all, it's Twitter, Twitter does not represent the whole landscape, but for Philadelphia, it damn sure does, because that's how the radio, Twitter, that's the majority. That's it. That's
wilding out, dude. They always want somebody to blame. I love it, dude. And we love being a part of that, but it gets out of control at times, and you got to focus that, guys. That's why Prince and I are here every day trying to give you guys a little something, and we're just trying to be real with you, because you have a lot of this BS out there where it's just like, then they get other people riding these trains, and now you've got 500 people speaking the same message that they weren't just speaking 5 minutes ago. Now it's like, oh, thanks a lot for that article, buddy. And you know where it's coming from, and they're like, this is my opinion.
That you already know. I'm media number one. I feel like they a lot of them cater to the lowest common denominator. They get the fire breathers going, and there's no respect for the profession anymore. You got everybody who wants to be a Skip Bayless, but they forget, like I said, that Skip Bayless was an award-winning journalist before he got on TV. Like, everybody just coming in like that now. Everybody wants to be TMZ Sports. Like, a couple examples, like, I always go at Jeff McClain, because I feel like he's always looking for the drama part of the season. Like, this team can be 11-2 on their way to and he will find a dramatic angle to where there may be some dissension in the ranks. And I'm like, dude, like, like, why? Like, what is it? But then they hide behind the old, well, I'm the media, I'm not a fan, I tell the people what they need to know. Bullshit. You're serving yourself. That's not helping the people, that's helping you. So that's where I'm at on the media. Like, if y'all want to keep getting upset up and down about the media, that's why I don't get upset about his press conferences. I'll be like, okay, who asked the question? Oh yeah, of course. Here we go.
That's what I'm always like, all right, who's trolling today? And there are definitely some names that stick out to you. And Doug is feeling the same way when he sees him. You can see his eyes. He just changed. Dude.
He takes a big sigh. Like, when certain people ask, or sometimes he'll say something smart before they ask the question.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, great. Like, there's always humor in the truth. Remember that. There's a lot of humor in truth.
That's a great point, man. And, I think Doug, he's got a dumpster fire around him, So as much as we sit here and blame, we're not just saying it's just him. I mean, if all these parts get figured out, if Jeffrey steps in and says, you know what, you need an offensive coordinator, that helps him, man. And that's where everybody has to step up and do their part. And, we've talked about all these different groups of, from coaches to players to anybody, we even brought up the vendors, damn it. Bless all of you,
Let us
because you're the only
shout
ones.
out to shout out to all the vendors. We love you, essential workers. Terry, I love you, Terry. Shout out to my girl Terry Lenz. She one of those essential workers.
Nice.
That not y'all. Y'all did what y'all had to do, and y'all continue to do what you need to do. We talk about the people on the field that make the decisions. Them people fucking up. Them the
Yep.
people we talking about.
And exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, we love our birds, man. We know it's all about this. And people, oh, you can't. It's like, shut up, dude. I'm going to tell you when it sucks, because we see the reporters that are out there. We see the questions that they're asking, and nobody's asking or saying the right things. So that's where we come in to speak the truth. And, I find humor in the truth myself, brother. So that's why I love you, because not only are you speaking truth, yeah, there's going to be people offended by that. And guess what? They come at me all the time. Prince, I started doing this in 2017 because I was on my damn deathbed. All I wanted was some hope, some perseverance. I said, let's fight a little bit for this team. Everybody, screw you. You don't know anything. All I try to say, I called into one of my favorites, Mike Missinelli, called him up before the Falcons game. And I told him, hey, I'm going to the game tonight. Pumped up. And I'd never once ever called into that show, but I heard him talking his trash. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call in. I said, how would you feel if this team went to the Super Bowl and won? And he was like, talking trash, how much? I didn't know, and hung up on me. You know that I trolled him after that Super Bowl win, and he threw the biggest tantrum, and that kept me going. It was like, you know what? This damn city deserves some real media out there, right? So
there you go.
It just
see, Jimmy, see, you telling that story, man. That just if that doesn't wake this team up, dude, you had Jimmy on his deathbed. Man could have died. He was thinking about the birds.
Crazy.
The birds. That is what they mean to us. So you want to know why we go so hard? It's because we don't ever want to feel like we want it more than you do, who's getting paid for it. This man was on his deathbed, called Mike Missinelli, told him, hey, what do you think about them going to Super Bowl? Mike had that, and then hung up. And then what did we do? We won the bowl. Now you're here, spread your truth, letting your voice matter. That's what it means to be an Eagles fan. That's what it means to love sports. I'm a black guy, you're a white guy. We probably have nothing in common, but the birds brought us together. That's why we do this. That's why we get so pissed off at the Eagles, because we're like, we should not want it more than you. So shout out to you, Jimmy. I'm glad everything is good with you. That's an awesome story, man. You tell that story every fucking time. Because if Eagles fans are listening and Eagles players listening, that's what they need to hear. That's what the Eagles mean to us. That's exactly what it means.
Dude, I mean, I'm getting yelled at for putting my jersey on. You got the IV things you can like carry around and stuff. They're like, sir, you cannot have that. I'm like, Karen, please. It's bird day. We wear our jerseys around here. So yeah, and like I couldn't, because I had like all these cords and stuff attached. So I couldn't get the damn jersey on, but I was like, it's got to be on me somehow. So I mean, great times, but literally that's what they mean to us. And it's something, I was from birth, my father being from Germantown, that was something that was drilled in the head. So it was passion that was from a young age. But as I grew older, it was something that brought my family together. We went different paths, but always on Sundays, it brought us together. Then you talk about us not having anything in common. It's like that one little thing right there. How many great friends I have just because of that one little thing allowed us to meet each other. And then we learned so much more about ourselves. And it's a family, man. And it's literally, I started it and then people just started joining it. We're like, hey, man, we got your back. Like, holy crap, like you're going through stuff. And it was like, hey, well, I've got your back too. And that was the message. And it was like, look, birds. And I tried to like tag them. And I was just learning social media, but it was like, I'm fighting for my life. You guys better be fighting for that damn trophy. And man, they got it. And I still to this. I mean, I get chills just saying it, man. Like, I can't believe that happened. 34 years, man. That's wild. But
it's a long time, man.
That's all we want, Eagles. We put our heart and soul on our deathbed. We're like, look, man, you can come back and tell me if I'm going to live after this play. Like that. It's that much to us, guys. So, and I know everyone at home, you guys are the same way. We all have crazy stories, like things. We'll do anything to see our birds.
See the birds.
Even when they suck.
Man.
That's beautiful, man.
I'm in a patrol car like, just watching the Eagles game, and somebody knock on my window, officer. I'm like, can I help you? Yeah, my husband, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, birds. Put my phone up on the window, and then I'm getting out, and then I'm listening. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, we love our birds, man.
I love it.
It's just something about it, the culture, and it's not every football team. It's the birds. That's why we get knocked, because we love our team no matter what. We're not fair weather. Like, when was the last time you saw a Tampa Bay jersey?
Couldn't tell you.
Now, what do you see?
Nonstop. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. But no, you would see shit. You still see Barry Gardner jerseys. You see Macklin jerseys. You see, because we're 24/7. This is what we do. It's not a fly by night thing. It's not a skinny jeans thing. No, we eat, live, breathe. The Eagles lose, the rest of your week is shitty.
Yes. It's life changing, and people are like, it's a sport. I'm like, look, the way that you play with other things, people have all kinds of different things they're into, and I don't knock anyone for what you like, so I'm not going to give examples because everyone does their own thing. But you know what? This is my thing, and my family understands it, and they're passionate too, and they know that I devote more than an hour of my day to this, online. But it's like it's 24/7. We're sitting at dinner, talking about something. My girl, my 10-year-old, they're talking sports more than any other Tampa fan or anybody like that. I guarantee you, 10-year-old,
doesn't it?
Exactly. And it's like,
it just makes you proud, man. You're like, yeah,
that's right. Right.
That's
and
my
it's like,
girl. That's my
right,
girl,
dude. And just schooling. And she said something earlier. I said, we were talking. She's like, oh, I can't wait, because I've been really pumped up to have you on. So I was like, oh man, we were outside. I told you I jacked my toe up with my dog. But before that moment, we were excited. And she's like, yeah, I know you're gonna go in on them. She's like, but remember that you always stick with that positivity too. She's like, because remember that the whole thing is burning. She's like, Doug isn't doing well. And I'm like,
she's giving you a pep talk, right?
I was like, this is what I needed.
Like, my daughter told me one time, she's like, Dad, she was like, they tried, Dad. Like, I couldn't even get mad. I was like, my baby. She just doesn't understand. But we was that, remember?
Yeah.
We have our starter jackets on, we're in school, and we're to that now as an adult to an extent, but now we're more vulgar when somebody talk about our birds. But when we were kids, you couldn't tell us nothing. Donovan Knapp, he's the best ever. Or Randall Cunningham, he's the best ever. Or Jeremiah Trotter, he's the best ever. Like, just nothing could change you. So when you see your kids and their enthusiasm about the birds, you're looking at yourself, you're like, man, I wish I could go back to that, where I just had favorite players. Like, I didn't know the nuances of the game, because now sometimes that ruins it, because I can't just enjoy the game. I'm focused on other things. But man, it feels good when your kids are supportive and they're right there with you in the trenches, man. It's great.
Seriously.
Shout out to your baby girl, man.
Well, I was speaking about actually my girlfriend. I have a 10-year-old boy who is, and this is a great one. The Giants game, when you were talking about your daughter, dude, that was literally what happened. It was the first time this year. And we were down, and I was like, this effing game sucks. I was like, I knew it. We suck. I knew it. I didn't want to say it, but we fucking suck. And literally, he just looks at me, and I couldn't believe I was acting like that, because all year I was keeping my cool, and I had it. And he looks at me, he goes, yeah, but he's like, aren't you the only one that says it's not over till it's over? And I literally stopped dead in my tracks. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Jimmy, what play made you overreact like that? Let me see if it was the same one as me.
Oh, honestly, I was talking about this after the game, and it was like, I think at halftime is when it started setting in. What the hell play was it? It was something in the third quarter, and I can't remember what the hell it was, because I was already I was right there on the edge, and then what the hell was it? What was your moment? Maybe I'll remember it.
Mine was the touchdown that was called back by from Daniel Jones.
That's a good one.
When he did the read option.
Okay.
I said, Sweat, you idiot. He did it again. I'm sick of this fucking team. I was like going off, and my wife was like,
I think I might have already been gone at that point, but
oh, you was already gone.
and that takes a lot for me. And I'm telling you, 2020's weighing on me, Prince. It's weighing on me good.
We got a month left. Hang in there, Jimmy. Hang in there, Jimmy.
We can do this together. And
yes, oh man, I just thank God for the Sixers.
Yes, Daryl Morey, Doc Rivers, bringing him in.
Thank you,
Lord. I can't agree with you more on that one. I literally been trying to, when it was draft day, I was like, I know I have to do my duty to spread Eagles news. I will do that. And then I'm turning it all off. It's Sixers day, baby. Threw my Sixers gear on. I was living in the moment. I needed it.
I love Philadelphia, man. We could just switch, man. Like, Eagles stay. All right, Phillies, let's go, Phillies.
I attribute that to my father. You know, he always, before he passed, he used to always tell me, he's like, you're crazy. Well, I remember the moment he first told me, he was like, I think you're crazier than me. And then as the years went by, he's like, yeah, I mean, you're definitely crazier. And it was like, well, you did this. You are the one ripping your damn jersey. I'm never watching them again. 10 minutes later, you're back out. Did you? So in 10th grade, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, now they want to be all wise and calm and watch you self-destruct. But when I was small, I used to watch you go crazy. Now you're like, now, son, I've been there.
Don't preach to me. And that's the thing, you know, while we're going on with people and stuff, it's like, okay, I got to have my crazy still, but I got to have a little bit of calmness to try to get my message across, you know, and I try to temper it, but let's be real. We're Eagles fans. It ain't gonna happen.
You can try hard. The Dalai Lama couldn't take this. He'll be like, what the fuck is going on?
For real.
Dalai, chill.
For real. This is, and it, you know, you said it for anyone that missed it in the beginning of this video, you know, it's that feeling of being it's being afraid. Oh my God, do we suck? And it's like, you're not even mad. You're heartbroken.
You know how you can talk about other people like the Jets suck. The Jacksonville sucks. The Browns did suck. Eagles suck?
It's hard to say, man.
Are we just a bad football team, or do we suck? See, when you suck, that is, to me, that is years of being bad.
True. Like, I would say we don't suck right now.
Yeah, Cleveland suck. We're having a bad year.
Yes.
We suck this year. But when you say suck, that means like you've watched
Jets territory.
Yeah, you've watched 20 years go by since name it, and you're like, where's the success? Now that sucks. Eagles don't suck. We're just bad this year. We're awful. We're god awful, but we don't suck. Eagles don't suck.
That's right. You know what? You're damn right. I always have this nice little banner down here that I always like to change up. We'll just switch it real quick. There's only one team that truly sucks, and that is the Cowboys.
I wish it could go by slower so I could be like,
But you're right. You know what?
We can always have fun laughing at them.
Oh, yes. Exactly. And, you know, it's funny. They told us, hey, no excuses, right? Next man up. You got, and then,
well, we're missing Dak. But Dak was hurt when we played y'all last year. Dak was hurt. We're missing a lot of people. Oh, Russell Wilson has to do more this year. Blah, 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 blah. I've never seen an injuries like this, what they said to the 49ers. I've never seen a team riddled by this much injury. Really, Troy Aikman, you just saw the Eagles, man. We won the Super Bowl without our MVP. Like, what? Like, man, get out of here with that shit. I don't want to hear that. Like, no. Like, injuries and next man up, remember? Yeah. Oh, man, those people,
where are they at?
They can choose when they want to feel sorry for people.
Exactly. And, you know, they can give Eagles fans a bad rep all they want, but I never wish any kind of injury on anyone. I love that the Cowboys suck now. I look at it from the football aspect. I'm not trying to see a human being hurt, but look, we're not the Cowboys fans. Oh, my God. When Carson Wentz gets hurt, I mean, some of the things are just unacceptable.
Tweeting memes like, hi, towards ACL.
Unacceptable.
Yeah. But when that got hurt, you had Eagles fans actually like, man, yeah, that stinks, man. I don't want to see that with anybody. And some people were faking it. They were like, yo, I got, I want good juju. I got to say something. But then you had some of these fans like, man, no, fuck him. So it was like you had it all over the place.
So true. And that's the thing. People give it a bad rep. It's like, look, man, it's in every damn fan base, but we're passionate as hell. So when we give it to you, you're going to feel it.
You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. You're going to feel it. And we're relentless.
Yes. I mean, don't come on the Rocky statue and not expect to get your ass kicked. I mean.
Yeah. Like Minnesota. How'd that work out for you?
Go!
Go! No Super Bowl. How about that?
Thank you. Once I want to take this time to thank all the Minnesota Viking fans and the staff for giving us the opportunity to come into your house. Thank you so much. So thank you for letting us win a Super Bowl in your house.
Man, I remember like yesterday seeing that game. I was like, they about to march down and score again. Another Jim Johnson debacle. I mean, not Jim Johnson, got rid, so I'm thinking of Jim Johnson. Another Jim Schwartz debacle. God bless that interception, because I was like, no, not again. Then 38-7.
Losers. You're right, though. At the beginning of that game, I'm like, oh, Jim, you piece-ish. I thought Diggs and Thielen had our number that day, but hey, that's that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, because then you go in the Super Bowl and you allow 33 effing points.
3 miles. 3 miles he allowed. Let's give the best quarterback ever 10-yard passes a pop. Can we do that, defense? On 3. Go. Oh, Brady is not mobile. Okay, let's not speed up his clock. Let's just let him survey the field.
What the? Like, seriously, I mean, a kindergartner could have had a better game plan for that. Like, you just hit the nail on the head. You don't let a quarterback like Tom Brady sit in the pocket and eat you alive. Oh, just thinking about that. That does make me still hate Jim Schwartz a little bit. And he hasn't really improved.
God bless Nick Foles and Brandon Graham. Like, can you understand? I don't even want to think about it because we got the Super Bowl. Yeah. But could you imagine? There's no way Jim Schwartz would have been able to come back. I wouldn't have been able to watch a game without thinking, I'm never going to see a Super Bowl again. Because look what's happening now. Seriously. Like, we would have never.
I've been saying I might have to sell my soul again.
We got it. Hi, Super Bowl champion.
And that's what it's all about. We did. We got it. No more cellophane jokes. No more empty trophy case BS.
No more ring pops.
Nope.
Now it's, but you only got one. But we got one, bitch.
That's right.
How about that?
And to that extent, these people all become fans. And I'm not saying all of them, but most of these people, they become fans afterwards or during that season where they're winning. That's great and all. And let me tell you something. That's fun, I'm sure. But what really feels great is waiting 30 plus years for something, getting it, and then sitting in a sea of millions of other Eagles fans at the parade. And that is a moment you
It's
can't.
Like waiting for parole. It's like being in jail and every year denied. And that 30th year, you like, I'm just, you know what? Whatever, man. Go in there. Wait a minute. I may get out. I'm getting out.
They got your wife waiting. They brought you a cheesesteak. I mean, that was getting out.
It was fantastic, man. It was fantastic.
How about it, man? And that's something you'll never take away. I mean, I see like a clip or a highlight. I get chilled. I talk about it. I get chilled. It's like, dude, you can't beat that. So I always hit them with that and ask them how many years they waited or, these people don't. I mean, I'm actually one of those people where now, obviously this year hasn't been much because with my disease, I can't get out in public too much. But as you can tell by my appearance here, but I literally
beautiful hair, man. Beautiful hair. Beautiful hair, man.
Love it.
But I always grow mine out.
Dude, I'm doing it while I can before I go bald. My family goes bald early, so trying to do it. But I'm the kind of guy. that I harass people. Like now, if I see Eagles, of course, we're always go Birds. That's just how it goes. But if I see Cowboys, Giant, you suck, and I'm always going to do that to people. But I do it in a fun way where I'll leave it open for conversation, like I got your ass kicked Sunday, and then they'll say, "Oh, well, you suck," and then I always like to let's talk about your team for a little bit, and then I like to dig in and see how much they know about their team. Oh, embarrassing people about their own team is probably one of the better things you can do as an Eagles fan. And I mean, you being one of those true Eagles fans, and there's so many of us out there, it's beauty, man. We can meet each other in the most awkward of situations or the best. Go Birds!
I'm in Disney World. Like,
yo, Prince.
And you gotta say it. You gotta say it.
Prince, I've never seen, this is going to be awkward, but I'm going to be real with you. When my father died, at his funeral, we all wore our Eagles jerseys. I actually remember that was my Deshaun Jackson jersey I was wearing, number 10 back then, and it was black, so kind of went with the whole funeral theme. But my uncle sat up there, said his words, and we're in the church, sitting there talking while my dad's being buried with his Reggie White jersey. Let's keep that in mind. My uncle, has this serious, everybody's crying, sitting around. All of a sudden, he's like, one last time for Bill. And all the Eagles fans there, we're in the middle of a church. The look on the pastor, the congregation, and the people that weren't Eagles fans were like, these they're crazy.
Yes.
They're crazy.
Yes.
Best moment I've ever had in my life. I love my uncle, man.
Die. That's right. Yes.
Dude.
Yeah. Your dad wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Truth, man.
Silver Linings Playbook was not fiction.
Yeah.
That's true life. Sunday is full of superstitions. Sit in that chair. Don't sit in that chair. Don't eat until they score. Don't drink. That's what it is. People. It's nothing like it. When you're a Birds fan, it's in your core. It's in your spores. It's to the depths of who you are. Like you in the day, like you don't go an hour without thinking something Birds related. It just doesn't happen. You're like, man, like, yeah, I gotta go shopping and stuff like that. But if I go shopping, then I gotta make sure I have something to eat for when the Birds play. Like you just connect it. You just bring it all around.
Well, I'm weird with like numbers. Like I always remember numbers by putting like a picture with it or something. So since I was a child, I put numbers are attributed to Eagles players. So if I okay, you got to remember this number and it's 5420, I'm like, yeah, Trotter Doc. I mean, it's that simple, like literally it's everything that you do in life, Eagles. And that's what I love about this, man. And it's those little things, the superstitions. And, that's how we keep my dad's memory alive. Those little things like that. And, we had his picture sitting up there for the Super Bowl. Nobody was allowed to wear red, blue, nothing like that. So Vikings, I made my niece take her purple toy out of my house. It's like unacceptable. No lie, man. She'll never forget that one either. She was like 6 and she talks about it. And she's getting older and she's like, hey, remember when you made me take my purple dragon out? I'm like, yo.
Well, at least you didn't throw it.
Exactly. I gave her the opportunity. I said, hey, the game didn't start yet, honey, but no purple's allowed in my house. And I already took care of that this morning because you can ask my girlfriend, first words out of my mouth that NFC Championship Day morning were, oh my God. She was like, what happened? I said, there's grape juice in the fridge. There was a great post about that because I was like, she was like, my boyfriend is ridiculous. He made me literally dump the grape juice and throw the box out of the house this Sunday morning. I was dead ass serious. I was like, I told you no purple in my damn house. Hey, we beat their ass. So yeah, I'm sure it had absolutely nothing to do with it. But as an Eagles fan, it has everything to do with it. Right? Absolutely. I mean, and talking about your kids and, family, just, it's something that even when we suck, that's where, when you're on your last hope, they give you that little glimmer. I mean, I won't call it a luxury, but I had death staring me right in the face. And it was like, you know what? I'm going to fight. And I've always fought for this team, but I feel it, man. And it was Carson Wentz doing great and going off. I'm like, okay. But then he went down. And that was when it was perseverance time, baby. Do we get through this? Do we strive for greatness? And, I talked about, I got killed for saying Nick Foles was a great backup. And then I just rode with it. And dude, I don't care about being right. It was the fact that we got to be joyous. And it was like, this made me feel like, hey, this is something I always wanted to do. And I never had the time until I was stuck recovering doing nothing. So, hey, and now I'm here getting to meet someone as amazing as you. Now I know we talk on Twitter, but look at technology, man, bringing us together. Dude, I seriously can't thank you enough for coming on. You've been one of my favorite guests, dude. This has been awesome.
Oh man, Jimmy, the pleasure is all mine, dude. To hear your story, man, I didn't even know that about your story, but to hear that, man, yeah, man, we got to do this again, man. Shit, let's just
Yeah.
sit around, just talk birds, talk whatever, man. We can talk about being fathers, being whatever, man. It's good, man. This is what you call real media, new media. This is what it's all about, man. It's not about a fancy pen and a paper and writing a 2-page article. It's about you and I experiences, getting down to the nitty-gritty, talking about what we love, man. And it's not always gonna be Homer stuff. Like we was just killing and bashing. That's the thing. That's the misconception people get about Eagles fans or fandom. Period. It's like, oh, you're a homer. Technically, you're supposed to be a homer. You're supposed to always want the best for your team. You don't want to be right because your team stinks, but you can't criticize them. But you also can't be looking for them to lose. Like,
those people kill me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rager sucks. Jefferson's awesome. It's like, whoa, dude.
Huh? Like, I don't. Why is that making you happy that our draft pick isn't doing as well? So, trust me, man. The pleasure is all mine, man. I love this because this gave me a nice little warm up for later on when
I'm be tuning in.
I'm going nuclear, bro, because it's some things I got to get off my damn chest, and it's if I had any friends in the media, I don't know if I have any after tonight because I'm going.
Well, you said it. We're the new media, so you got me, brother.
It's new media, man, and you don't need to work for any broadcast, or you can sit in your damn house and just say what you want, and can't nobody. They be like, well, I can't believe you said that. I'm gonna go to your employer. I don't got one. I'm retired.
Shit, piss, cock, balls. I said earbuds. I didn't say
said that.
That's from old school. If anyone's old school reference. But that's right. Nobody's going to tell us what to do, and people want this. We're sick and tired of the trolling. We're sick and tired. We all put our heart and soul into this, and it's a smack in the face to Doug, the players, but most importantly, us, the people that have put our heart and soul into this for most of us, most of our lives, and it just, Eagles, all we're asking for is a little bit of heart. Okay. You heard us. We went up, we went down, we went up and down. Right? We're all over the place because you guys are just down here and we're trying to get us back here. We are. And we know that we're not there for you in the stadiums. We get it. You're dying without us. I get it. But there's no excuse, man. I'm joking, clearly, everyone. But I just really don't want to hear excuses anymore. I don't want to see this vanilla offense. I don't want to see, we got to make things simple. Look, I get that you have young receivers. I get that the offensive line's messed up. I get that the running backs aren't blocking. Well, you brought in Jordan Howard. He can pass protect a little. You have young receivers. They had another week under the belt. No excuse.
You can't hand the ball off to Rager. An end around is hard for him to remember. A screen is hard to draw up for Rager. Yeah! I'm done. I'm like you said, Jimmy. I'm done with the fucking excuses, man. Doug, you're playing against Russell Wilson. You better listen. Empty that damn playbook. Show us something. If you don't win, okay. But if you put it all out there, like if we lose 31-27, yeah, we're gonna be pissed off. But man, we're gonna be like, see, where was this? So let's go, man. Let's go.
You know what? And I was getting pumped for the show because I was telling you my girlfriend was pumping me up. And she said the same thing you did. She goes, this is the kind of game we'd win too. Seahawks. I said, you're right. Backs against the wall. Hey, we're holding on to that sliver of hope, but it's there, dude. And if Ertz plays, Kelsey's back, say Malu's back. I guess Opetta's starting over Irving. We'll see. But if that line can get some continuity, can actually use Miles Sanders more than 60% of the time and run the ball, If Miles can fumble as well, that'd be great. But, you know, you got to establish the run more and feed the ball to Fulgham. You know, and you said it best. You're telling me it's too complicated to hand the ball off to Jalen Reagor? He can't handle that? Because I see Deebo Samuel, T. Higgins, everyone else under the sun getting end arounds. This kid
And
is
don't
that.
we have somebody from the Niners staff that was supposed to help with all the like I've seen Rager go in so much motion to not get the football. I'm like, I think it was a stat where they said he like leads the league in like motion without getting a ball. Like, I don't want to hear that.
It's a tease. You're like, oh, he's going in motion. Here we go. Oh, he's a Z receiver. That's what we're doing. We're giving him the end over. Nope, there he goes. It's just more misdirection. All right, Prince, I think, you know, we're reeling. All we want is some heart and an Eagles win. That's all we're asking, guys. And I know you guys are reeling out there. So we just came here tonight to say that we're there with you. But, hey, if there's any kind of hope that we could give to you, I hope that we gave it to you tonight. And I understand that this team's bad right now. But, hey, we got a gauntlet to go through here. We got 4 tough teams, then Cowboys and Washington. So if you're going to get battle tested, this is that time. So, hey, let's see what happens Monday. And I would honestly love to have you back on in the near future. And maybe it would be a more positive outlook on the team. But either way, I don't care. But seriously, this has been amazing. And before I sign off, I'd love to give this time to you to, you know, let these people know where they can find you. And just in case they missed anything, if you have any final words.
Oh, man. Real Time with Prince Blue, Sunday and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. live. Facebook, Twitter, Periscope. Tonight's show is going to be fantastic. Please tune in. But if you miss it, please check out lastoutmedianetwork.com. I'm on all available platforms for downloads. That just ask Siri, ask Alexa. I'm on Anchor, Spotify, you name it. My link and everything is in my Twitter bio, or my Facebook bio, or my Instagram bio. Please just continue to support myself. Jimmy, thank you for having me. Continue to support the content creators, because we're trying to give you something new and something fresh that's not hampered down by policies, protocols, or politics of the industry. So please continue to support us. Jimmy, thank you, man. Thank you for having me, and let's do this real soon.
Definitely. Thank you not only to Prince, but everyone else out there as well for tuning in. This has been a fantastic show. One of my favorites. I truly had a pleasure getting to meet you, man. And we will be doing this in the near future. Thank you, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. You guys know if you need anything, whether it be about football or anything, I'm always here for you guys. I know it's tough times that we're going through. So, hey, we're always here for each other. Let's get through this together. Everyone have themselves a fantastic night. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks again to Prince Blue. Check him out tonight at 8 o'clock. Real Time with Prince Blue. And as always, go